Available now. This new magic shirt from Nine Line Apparel. Use code Drunk3PO20 to save. The link is in the pinned comment and pick it up today. It's only available for a limited time. Look at us.
Just a couple of guys.
Back again.
Why do you do this to me?
Reliving the past, man. Reliving the past. Well, it appears that people really enjoy our Force Awakens teaser trailer walking down memory lane. And
Misery
now we
loves
have another one.
company.
The Last Jedi. My
Ugh,
goodness, man. This teaser debuted 6 years ago and launched the career of many YouTube channels. My channel came in around the Force, not the Force Awakens, the Rise of Skywalker. So I kind of missed the Last Jedi bump.
yeah.
But where you're a Star Wars fan at this point? We just got off Rogue One, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
And it's like, I'm waiting to see what they're gonna drop on us for The Last Jedi. Force Awakens was like, all right, we lost Han. We saw Luke at the very end. She's shaking the lightsaber at his face, and you're just
Yep.
like, oh, here we go. Then they
I
drop Rogue One on us, and it's Rogue One's a mixed bag for people. Um, but
I'm on the list of approval for Rogue One.
yeah, I liked it. I saw it. I think I saw Rogue One 3 times in the theater, and I'm gonna be honest, it was just strictly because of Darth Vader. And
That was a nice addition.
all I could think about was, if this is how they're doing Vader, what? What are they gonna do to Luke, man? This
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna be
about to
sick.
get
Yeah, yeah.
wild.
That's all I thought was they gave us a Vader scene. And I'm like, that's all I could think about. I was like, I'm ready.
Dude, we got
And then it
Vader on
happened.
Mustafar.
Yeah, yeah. All that stuff was cool. Like, so I was all in. I was all in. And I'm like, this is what they're gonna do to Luke. So they drop this trailer is the first one that they drop. Here we go. Should we just go for it?
Just go for it.
I think this was the Star Wars Celebration drop. Ah, the music, man.
Breathe.
Why are we doing this again?
I'm like, it's Luke.
Just breathe.
Beautiful set location.
Now,
Yeah.
reach out.
Ugh.
What do you see?
Lost prophets.
Light.
You're like, oh, it's Leia.
Yep.
Darkness.
Yeah.
A balance.
Jedi books.
It's so much bigger.
Oh, so epic.
Yeah.
I only know one truth.
Ugh.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
Yeah. So that launched a million conspiracies, man.
Oh, man, the questions rolling around in my body when you heard Mark Hamill say it's time for the Jedi to end. You're like, and you know what's funny? Every single possible thought and theory I had was 900 times better than what they did.
100%. 100%. I was sure. I was sure that it was something about the balance, right? They were gonna like
Yeah.
reconfigure the balance of the
Yeah.
force, and that way there's no Sith Jedi type thing. So basically, I came out. We saw the teaser trailer. Called my brother, and I was like, "All right, what did you think? What'd you think?" He's like, "Man, it's confusing. I don't know. It looks amazing." And the only thought for me was the Jedi has to end, and the only reason you need a Jedi is to combat the Sith, right? That's
Yep.
what I'm just saying it's my first
Yep.
thought. So I'm like, he's got to
Same.
go and kill off the Sith and go
Yep.
kill off Snook and all those others. And I'm like, then there's no more need for a Jedi. So I'm like, all right, they're going into damage mode. He's gonna
It's
go take
called The
care.
Last Jedi.
Right, exactly.
Ugh.
He's gonna take, and I'm thinking that he's talking about himself. He's the last Jedi,
Yeah.
right? Not Rey. Rey's just gonna get trained for the moment.
Yeah.
You know, she's gonna be trained to take on Kylo.
You must become something different. You must grow beyond what I. Yeah. Oh.
That's why they showed the books. You know, like we got the books where, right here, where she's
Yeah.
touching, the
The
books, and
sacred
I'm
Jedi
like,
text, man. Yep.
they found something that Luke hasn't been able to kind of tap into, and I was like, I was okay with it. I was like, the whole time I'm like, we get to see freaking Skywalker on the big screen,
Yeah.
and
And Prime, like it's not crazy to think he should have been Prime. He's got the sacred Jedi text. He's been there alone on an island, training, working himself up in the Force. Like he's gonna be an absolute beast, just a
yeah.
beast.
Do
Nope.
you remember that scene from what it was, Infinity Wars, when the Avengers were losing? It's near the end battle, and Thor finally gets, his axe,
Yep.
Stormbreaker, and he
Yep.
shows up, and it's like it just gets quiet, and then like this big lightning just hits the ground like an explosion. That's how Luke should have entered the scene.
Yep.
It should have been like Rey's getting her butt kicked, all this stuff, and all of a sudden you hear like a rumbling, and like Snook's looking around, and then there he is.
Something.
Um,
You remember that scene from The Incredibles? That was me that whole movie. There's the kid riding his little bike, and Mr. Incredible's like, "What are you looking at?" And he goes, "I don't know. I'm waiting for something incredible."
I'm waiting for something
Like,
incredible. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it wasn't long after that. So after these conspiracy, we were talking about this, and everybody was plotting about how's the Jedi gonna end. We're gonna see Master Skywalker, you know. What's he gonna do when he sees his light? Why doesn't he have his lightsaber? Like there were so many questions here,
yeah.
right?
Where did the hand go? Did it fall down in Cloud City? What?
Where's the hand? There was this rumor floating around that the beginning of The Force Awakens was starting with a hand that's like fallen from space. Did you ever hear that rumor?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they had concept art from it. If I'm not mistaken.
And that's how they ended up getting a lightsaber. But there were so many questions. Why is the lightsaber calling to Rey? What are we gonna do about Han? Like, is he gonna get a funeral? Is like he gonna be like,
Yeah.
celebrated as the general he was? Like what's gonna happen? It's like they found Luke. Is Luke gonna come back? Why is he on an island? Why is he it's just there were so many questions.
Endless
Who it
questions.
Yeah, who is Snook? And it's like
Who?
Snook, is that how to say his name right? Snooky? That's what I've always called him, like whatever freaking lizard he is. But
You call it whatever you want. He didn't
yeah,
matter.
who is this person in a freaking bathrobe? And it's like it was endless, and where does Ben Kenobi fit in all this? Is he gonna be redeemed? And then it was about,
Ben Solo.
I want to say, like 2 months later, they dropped the second one. They dropped the second one. So
Here we go again.
yeah, here we go.
I love that scene. I hate everything that encompasses it, but I love that scene.
I saw raw, untamed power,
I thought that was Mustafar for sure.
and beyond that, something truly special.
Bum 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 bum. That was so good.
It's the music. John Williams is king.
Yeah.
There's the hand. There's the hand. You're all like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
Then I was awake. And I need help.
Talk about potential being ruined.
Yeah, man.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It
Ugh.
just saved me enough then. It does now.
That's where it started. That's
Yeah,
where
and
it
you're kind of
all
like,
started.
huh?
What?
Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Ah. That's such
Yep.
a good scene for the trailer. What?
Spark. It'll light the fire. It'll burn the First Order down. Come on!
Yeah, I knew something was up at this point.
Is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone
Ugh.
to show me my place in all this.
That part
All
was
right.
cool. That part was cool. At the end of that trailer, I need someone to show my. And he puts the hand out. I'm like,
So
okay.
all the best lines from this film were in this teaser trailer.
Yeah, they do
You know,
trailers like nobody else.
yeah, Lucasfilm should just be a professional teaser trailer company because holy crap, that's just all they do. Um,
Ugh.
this trailer came out and I'm seeing like I it like this
This
really
smelled.
I was
This
kind of
smelled a
like
little bit.
yeah, and then I started doing Google searches and everything and all I could hear was it's going to be a Ray turn. They're going to show us something we've never seen. Ray's going to turn. And then they dropped this quick 30-second television commercial
Yes.
where Ray picks up Kylo Ren's she has Kylo Ren's saber in her hand.
No, it was her own, wasn't it? Wasn't it the flip open dark ray saber? It was like two sabers next to each other, and then it flipped
No,
open
that's
like
in
a
the
Swiss
next
Army
film.
knife. Oh, that was
That
the
was in
next
the
one.
next film.
Oh, okay.
No. She ends up grabbing Kylo Ren's she has like Kylo Ren's saber.
Do you have that? I
Uh,
don't remember that.
well, I think I found what we were looking for, but let's just watch. This was a 45-second TV ad. And this was like the last one that they've shown that they kind of showed with different information in it.
Ugh.
Let the past die. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be. Darkness rises, and light to meet it.
I need someone
Yeah.
to show me my place in all this.
Come on!
I always hated that part. That part.
This is not going to go the way you think.
Right there. I think that's what I was probably referring to.
Yeah.
When she like raises her lightsaber to Luke.
There
And
were questions that were beginning to form at that point. So we've got Luke saying it's time for the Jedi to end, and then all of a sudden, Luke is defeated on the ground,
yeah.
and Rey's holding up a lightsaber to strike at him, and I'm like,
So this is when all the Ray's gonna turn and it's gonna be a switcheroo, which I thought would be absolutely amazing.
yeah, dude.
If Ray became Dark Ray and Kylo gets his butt kicked and crawls back to Luke to say, I really, really
Yeah,
messed up.
I didn't know what I
And
was
now
dealing
he's got
with.
to deal with the pain of killing his father.
Yep, Luke's best
Um,
friend.
yeah, and all this, like, it's like, and so he's in torment, but he knows what he has to do. Because you
Yeah,
see him smashing the helmet, so it like you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's smashing his
giving up
Vader
on this
helmet,
dark stuff. Yeah,
and and so it's like
even that
here,
grip.
I mean, it's like that could be Ray.
Nah.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, see, he's smashing the helmet here. So it's like, wait a minute, is he had enough of this dark side stuff? Like, has he
Yeah.
been manipulated? Maybe he finds out here he's been manipulated this whole time and he had to kill his own father. What a crazy story that would be,
Is
right?
Ben
Something
gonna be the
completely.
last Jedi? You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And Ray flips. I think that would be I think that would have been such a crazy story if that's
Yeah.
how it would have been. Like when you get to the movie where he's like, Snooky's like, pick up your lightsaber and strike him down, but
Yeah.
it's actually
That's
Ray that does
Sauron
it, and
Snooki, man.
Kylo Ren's like, what the freak is happening? Kylo Ren gets the crap beat out of him. Then the freaking stupid Holdo maneuver happens. He finds a ship, crawls back, it goes to Octu, and he's like, and that's the end of the movie. He's like, I, and Luke kind of embraces him a little bit, and then you get the showdown. He's like
Well,
completes his training,
and
and
like
it's
not
like,
to mention how in character is that for Luke to take somebody who would be unredeemable at that point? You've killed your father, you've embraced the dark side to one more time, man. You can turn him back. The sins of the father, as they would say, right? Like
yeah.
bring him back. It's not too late. And that fits into what Leia said too, He's no one's ever really gone. Like
I
bring him
mean,
back,
that's the
man.
whole. There's good in him,
Yes.
That's the whole Star Wars message. There's good in him. I
Stupid
know it. I
Ryan
know it.
Johnson. This is
And
why
that
people don't understand Star Wars. It was right there in front of you.
it was right there. It could have been perfect. And then like if you did the whole, it would make somewhat kind of sense if they were like, well, she's a Palpatine clone,
Yeah.
So that's why she was made to find Luke Skywalker and kill him. And she had a little memory loss there or whatever. And it's like now that she's back, there's so many ways you could have gone with this. Oh,
Even still, like
she was
if she's
abandoned on Jakku. We thought she died as a child on Jakku, and there was a facility on Jakku that they were cloning Palpatine, and they thought they
yeah.
killed everyone. I mean, there's so many ways they could have gone with
I
that,
mean, at that
honestly.
point, you could do a really cool yin and yang thing where like it's our purpose to fall to the dark. It's our purpose to fall to the light. Like the Skywalkers always come back to the light. The Palpatines always go to the dark. But in the end, these two find some way to basically bring it together and find harmony in the Force. Like what a wonderful way to end the Skywalker trilogy.
So after you've seen these 3 teaser trailers, and I know you watched them as many times as I did, trying to
Yeah.
figure out what's about to happen,
Yeah.
you go to the cinema, you watch the film, and what what was your first thoughts walking out of the theater?
I was blank. I was completely blank. Um, I think my head was just reeling to try to reconcile like what happened. So the problem was I went in with more question. I left with more questions than I went in with. I think was the problem with that movie. It presented more questions than it did answers, which is never something you want to do. I understand he probably took the idea of Empire Strikes Back where it ends and it's like, where do we go from here? But at the same time, there were so many issues and so many things I had problems with. I was just trying to figure out in my mind, like, is this just me as a fan, or is this movie a huge problem? Because it feels like a huge problem. And the second you leave a theater with a movie like this, you're remembering a lot of the pretty lights and you're remembering the music and stuff like that. But it's not until you're alone in your bed with your own thoughts where you're like, this is a problem. This is a serious problem.
Yeah, it was I left like my theater was like quiet.
Yeah,
Like
dead quiet.
quiet, and people were kind of like, what did we just watch here? And and just for the record, this is actually I kind of found it while we're recording this, but here we go. All right, this was what I was talking about with the Ray lightsaber
Let's
Kylo Ren.
finish
It
this.
was a social media ad.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down.
In 8 days,
Ugh.
Douglas.
Watch Ray get Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Your destiny.
All right, so you remember
Oh, that's
that?
from the throne room
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why I thought there was going to be a Ray turn.
yeah.
You know, like that's that, and that was a little 30-second that they had on social media where you hear Snook like fulfill your destiny. And
They were just,
anyway,
the problem for me, I think, is that there were so many like gotchas in that movie. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. When you leave it, you're like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this, dude.
the I was really taken back. Like I think the movie was over for me when I didn't care about the space battles. I was like, I want to see Luke. And as soon as he grabs his lightsaber and tosses it over his shoulder,
Yeah, so like the
I
first
was
15
like,
seconds.
I was just like, what? Like
That's
that
not
that
Luke.
that did not sit well with me. And
Yeah,
the rest of the film was just like a blur. And I actually went back and watched it again the next day
yeah.
because I was like, am I
Surely
missing
I
something
missed
here?
something going on
Yeah, I'm
there.
like,
There's
did I miss like did I miss something? You know? Called my brother, everyone like, what did you think? They're like, I
yeah.
didn't like it.
I
I
had
didn't like the
uh
direction.
I had one other friend who was a Star Wars fan at the time. I've been an alone Star Wars fan for a very, very long time. My one buddy called me and he goes, "You watch it?" And I said, "Yeah, I watched it." And he goes, "What did you think?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like this is either I'm missing something or this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
It's one of
exactly.
the
I
two.
felt the same way.
Like, which one is it? I don't like. Surely I'm missing something, or maybe they're gonna do something in the third movie that will right the ship because, like, what happened? What just happened?
And this began my online career of like I started with a Twitter handle, like just trying to find if there was anybody else who didn't like this film
Yeah,
because I was like, I can't be alone here. Like, do
yeah,
people really celebrate this? Like, this was top Star Wars? Like, they're missing everything. Like, everything is missed. The teaser trailers were they did an excellent job in selling us a bill of goods
yeah.
that weren't there.
And then the ship was
Uh,
empty.
so and then it's like, well, are you gonna watch the third one? It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess I'll finish out the trilogy, but it's
You
like,
have
what?
to, you have to.
I had
But
no excitement. I went through all my emotions. I got it all out. I was like, they've destroyed everything that I cared about. Like they
yeah,
took Luke Skywalker and you know, they just took a big poop on it. I
45
guess.
years of storytelling in it, and this is the end point. It hurt, man.
And then it was like, well, all I got left is like Anakin, as far as my favorites, and you're like, ugh.
Eh,
They kind of brought him in the next film, but anyway, 6
eh.
years ago, man. Is this the day that Star Wars died, or Star Wars changed, or
So it's a little bit like the Titanic. So like the Titanic sunk, but that doesn't mean we still don't go down and film it and create movies about it and stuff like that. But
that's true.
I think that's pretty much where it.
But I mean, like after the Last Jedi, there was all these reports that came out about no one's buying the toys anymore. This movie had a huge catapult, and then it was like one of the fastest dropping films, even though it crossed its $1 billion mark. It still dropped, like,
Yeah,
it made its money up front and then it just fell. No international appeal. And we ended up getting I mean, I don't know, man. We ended up getting videos like this that just sold me that this movie was the worst thing that they ever
Here we
made.
go. The worst choreographed fight in the history of mankind. Why are you spinning? Stop spinning. Guy
robot
just
head.
hit the ground. And look at the other guy. He's about to go for his sword instead of his head. Where are you going? Why is this guy running off? Hang on. She just kicked 3 people with 1 kick. What the fuck? This is awesome. That kick's embarrassing. Just quickly, who are they fighting for? This is their new boss now. What would have happened if they'd killed Kylo? Like, Who would they then answer to? Very confused man. Man, she's good. 2 points here. The worst thing to have in a spaceship is fire, but these guys stand in front of a massive wall with weapons that light it up like a Christmas tree.
So what's the matter with you?
Secondly, what the fuck is this guy doing? This isn't something you slow down to see. This guy is literally waiting his turn. What are you doing over there, buddy? Fucking get into the fight. Oh, good, more screaming. Remember when Jedis would focus? See this guy? This is my favourite part. He is about to throw his weapon away before charging in. Literally, throw it out of the shot so he can die. Roll the tape. What the fuck? Brian Johnson was sitting there watching this.
I mean, that just says it all. There is no. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. There's no argument for how bad that was.
Nope.
There is
And
nothing. When you
this
look
is-
back at other lightsaber scenes,
Oh,
you
Nick
can't
Hillard?
look-
Yeah, are you kidding me?
you can't go back and just say, "Oh, that was on par with everything else," and that's just how they make films. Jay, you don't know what you're talking about, and you're just like,
Wrong.
"There's no excuse for what we just saw."
This is what
So-
happens when you make a film for critics, not for the fan base it's intended for.
I don't know what they were making it for.
He was
but,
making it for critics. For show.
Last Jedi, 6 years ago. Let us know if you want us to do the Rise of Skywalker teaser trailer reviews.
That'll be a fun one.
It'll definitely be a little different. I'm Jay, this X-Wing. Check out his channel. It'll be in the description below. We'll catch you next time.